I called his dad and told his dad. I text my auntie and told my auntie whatever. And she like, just sit here. I'm going to call for you to get transported to another hospital, which is almost like 45 minutes to an hour away from, you know, the area we lived in and where we was at. So she like, just sit here or whatever. So his dad and his brother end up coming up there. And we wait on them to come transport us. We sat probably like 2 hours in the clinic before they came to take us on an ambulance. So I'm telling them, like, I could just take him up there. Like I said, I didn't even know about that hospital. When we called the ambulance the night before, they never even mentioned that Texas Children's Hospital, which is the hospital that she wanted us to go to. They kept speaking on a Memorial Hermann Hospital, which is a lot of those out here, you know, whatever. And that's where they were saying that he could have went, but don't take him because of, you know, all the illnesses going on. So I'm like, we can just go ahead and go up there. If you give me the address and everything, I can take him there. And she's like, no, you're going to just wait for you to be transported through EMS or whatever. So I get upset. And I'm like, what you think, I'm not going to take my baby? Like, what are you insinuating, saying, no, I can't take my baby myself or whatever? And so I sat there and we waited on them to come, and they come to transport us to the hospital or whatever. So mind you, by this time, it's almost time for the kids to get out of school. So Dad and PJ goes back so they can, you know, be able to get the kids or whatever. And I'm sitting at the hospital with Peyton. So as time goes by, I'm starting to notice he's starting to become himself more. Like, he eating, you know, he up, he sleeping, he acting more like himself or whatever. I sat there for almost 8 hours, literally in the emergency room, steady checking in, like, what's going on, like, when I'm going to be seen. It ain't even that many people here, none of that. So a lady came out and she said something like, they was going to order a full exam for him so he can be x-rayed and all that, but she don't know how long it's going to take or whatever. So I'm still sitting there, and by this time it's getting late. So I'm like, I just get up and bring him back in the morning because I see that my baby is becoming more himself. Like I said, he done ate probably 3 times, then spit his milk back up, none of that. You know, like, I'm monitoring to him, whatever. I'm like, maybe it is, you know, with it being cold or whatever, he just, his body adjusting because he a newborn or whatever. So I calls for his dad to come get us, and he comes to get us. We get home, not like 2 or 3 hours later after we get the kids situated for bed and everything. The hospital called, and they like, are you still in the emergency room? And I'm like, nah. I told them, like, nah, I left or whatever. I said, I'm gonna bring him back early in the morning. That way I can have him in and out in time for, you know, to be home at a decent time, so we won't be sitting in the hospital all day or whatever. And that was that. So the next morning, the kids get up for school. Dad gets up, take the kids to school. It's me and PJ. PJ is our 2-year-old. So me, PJ, and Peyton in the house. And it's the doorbell rings. So I got Peyton in my arms, and I go downstairs, and I look out the window. And, of course, it's a lady with CPS. So I opens the door, which I did not know I didn't have to open the door for them, but I ain't have nothing to hide, so I didn't care. It's, you know, I'm like, whatever. So I open the door, and I let her in, and she all like, you know what this is about, da, da, da. I'm like, yeah. So she give me a paper and telling me how we have the rights, our rights and all this and that. And she asked me about everything going on with Peyton or whatever, interview me or whatever. So in the midst of her interviewing me, Dad comes home or whatever from dropping the kids off at school, and she interviews him.
She standing there telling me I abused my son, I pinched him, I whooped him. Like, she has been doing her job long enough to notice physical abuse when physical abuse is apparent. I mean, is apparent in, like, the child life. But